Shalom, I'm Rabbi Gail Schuster-Buskila, and just before the beginning of the end of the Pesach holiday, the time when we celebrate the children of Israel going over from Egypt into the Sinai Desert through the Reed Sea, a momentous epic if I've ever read one. And here I'll just speak a few minutes about this occasion. We are here on my website, Midrash Harabah, where I've put all my midrashim for Parashat Shavua. We're in the book of Exodus, in Parashat Beshalach, Exodus 13. I always suggest using this wonderful website, Sefaria, to be able to read the Hebrew and the English together. And I'd like to say that I do feel that this is an amazing event. My midrash begins, illustrious myth of emancipation. We are slaves no longer. Not sure of anything yet. We are just a people looking for freedom. We did not expect miracles, but then they began to appear around us. We are part of an astonishing spectacle which is behind us and in front of us, all at the same moment, swirling columns of energy, enormous in magnitude, whirl around us, former slaves. And here is where the myth really becomes unbelievable. In Exodus 14, verses 21 and 22, as Moses stretched out his arm above the sea, Yahweh reverted the sea with a strong wind from the east all night. This dried up the sea and split the waters. And the children of Israel walked on the dry land. In the sea, for the waters were their walls to their right and to their left. My midrash continues, the entire company around us breathes in the strength that it needs to continue. We forge on into the unknown with each precarious step we take, holding our breath and holding each hand around us. We are screaming or crying or running or walking. We just keep moving forward on the damp riverbed while mad walls of liquid energy surround us. I'd now like to look at these mad walls of liquid energy in a wonderful painting by the artist Laura James, an amazing depiction of the whole energy that must have been around us. This is, of course, sadly, the Egyptians drowning in the sea itself. She depicts angels. I don't know if these are messengers or angels. And the people of Israel are now on the other side of the sea. They have crossed. And the next step will be, which is an amazing moment in our mythology, is where Miriam and all of the women of Israel, and you'll see in the background the drowning Egyptians, so it is not a totally joyous moment. It is also still one of trepidation, where all the women and the men get up together and they begin to sing the song of the sea, of the crossing of the Reed Sea. Of course, the song of the sea begins in Exodus 15, verse 1. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang this song to Yahweh. They said this, I will sing for Yahweh's glorious triumphs. The horse and the rider were hurled into sea, as we so brilliantly saw in those two paintings. My midrash goes, first we are driven to sing by our leader Moses and led to dance by our prophet Miriam. Verse 20, Miriam, the prophetess, sister of Aaron, took a tambourine in her hand, and she and all of the women came after her with drums and dancing. My midrash continues, this song will ring in the ears of those who listen. These words will resonate out of time and space. Steps reverberate in and out of history, joining the cosmic dance of all oppressed people who seek freedom. I'll end with this verse from Exodus. Miriam chanted to them, sing for Yahweh's glorious triumphs. The horse and the rider were hurled into the sea. And that is really the beauty of it. And in Hebrew we sing, Shiru l'Adonai ki ga'o ga'a, sus v'rachvo rama vayam. And you hear how the melody goes down, because this is a victory for us, but obviously a victory with someone else had to pay a terrible price. There's more to my midrash, but I just like to end with this idea. How should that incredible day have ended? Like the sigh of an exhausted baby before falling asleep to dream about the unfathomable future. At the end of my midrash, I put an extraordinary piece of music by Aaron Copeland, Fanfare for the Common Man. I would have called it Fanfare for the Common Human Being, but those were different days when people named things differently than we do. An extraordinary piece of music, and I hope you listen to this piece of music as well as read my whole midrash, and the link to both of them are under this video. I would like to end here with a wish for a very happy end of the Pesach festival, the festival of the crossing from Egypt into the Sinai Desert. Chag Sameach, Chag Aviv Sameach, happy festival of spring. Chag Achirut Sameach, happy festival of freedom. And I hope that all peoples around the world are able to enjoy freedom as soon as possible.